Hello everyone, welcome to the second episode of our word frequency counter project. If you haven't watched the first episode yet, you can find it in the description. So let's start. What do we have so far? Now you can upload the file and you can see the total number of words here and also the most common words inside that file. Now we're going to make everything visible inside our main.html, inside our template. We need to write some JavaScript code. So let's start and type Dropzone .auto discover is false. We're going to create a new drop zone, say my drop zone, new drop zone, and here we need to use the ID we already specified for our form. So inside the main.html we have my drop zone ID for our form. We copy that, £, and we can specify some options here. So URL, we already know what's the URL. It's upload max files is one, and max files size, I would say 2 megabyte. Okay, you can add more if you want. Accepted files, we only need to accept docs file, so we just say docs, and add remove links, which is true. So let's reload the page and see what do we have. Okay, something is wrong here. Accepted, yep. We need to add this. Okay. Now you can see that we only have docs file, so we can upload one, and we have this remove file link. You can click and remove it. And what's the problem now? Well, the problem is that if I have one file there and try to add another one, the second one doesn't work. So you can see that whenever I want to add a new file, I need to remove the previous one. So I want to make it automatic, so whenever I upload a file, it will be replaced by the new file. So let's do it. In fact, to do that, we need some events, and if you check the documentation for Dropzone, you can see that we have a couple of events that will be triggered. For example, added file, and there are lots more, success and removed file, so we can use them. What do we need? We need to add here init function. You can type here end of init. Now we can define our events. The first event we are going to use is added file. This.on added file function file and response. End of added file event. So what do we need? In fact, we need a variable here, current file, which is null, and we say that whenever we add a file, if we had a current file, we just remove that file. So this that remove file, current file, and we give the new file there. So current file will be file. So that's all. Let's try again. Reload the page, try to upload, and now try to upload another, and you can see that it's replaced. Okay, we need 2 more events in fact, so we just copy it below. This one is success event, so whenever we successfully upload a file, this event will be triggered. Can get rid of this, and that's success, and let's copy one more. And the next one is removed file, so whenever the file is removed, so whenever I click on that remove link button, so let's say removed file. Files are file, I think, yeah. So let's start with that success event. So inside that success event, let me show you what do we have inside the response. So let's say console.log response. Let's open up the console, try to upload a file, and you can see that we have our JSON response here. So we have total number of words, and also we have the words tagged. So let's get that and add it inside this p tag we already defined. So we're going to grab this total words counter and add it here. Okay, let's use this ID. Come here and say that total number the text will be, I'm using backtick, so total number of words will be what? Will be response and this key, total words counter. So this is in fact what we get. So let's run again and upload one, and you can see that total number of words is there. Now what do we want? We want that whenever we click on this remove file, you see that it is still there. We're going to hide it again. So let's copy this, come here and say clear screen, print it again and copy it again, and yeah, now it must work. So we just type here remove and everything works. The next thing is that we are going to create a table to show our most frequent words. For that we are going to use some Bootstrap here. So inside our main.html we're going to type div class container. You can find all of this inside Bootstrap documentation if you don't know anything about Bootstrap. Div class row, and we need to define 2 columns here, so we just say call and one more call here. So it is for table and this one is for chart. If we reload it, you can see that we have it here. So we can get rid of this and say that we need a header. We can give it an ID, so we just give it table title. Also we can have the table here and class. We're going to use some Bootstrap class for table, so table and table bordered. Also we want our class, our custom class here, words table. We're going to hide that table, because when we don't have any table, any file here, so we don't need to show any table. So let's just say visibility is hidden. So we can use text center. Okay, it's fine. We can go back into main.js and we can do the same thing for the table title. So if we do in this way, see that we have this table title, we can say here most frequent words. And what do we need after that? We need to also hide it here, so we just type here to an empty string. Okay, now after that we need to draw our table. In fact, now we have a table, but we have nothing inside that, so we're going to fill that table. Let's just type, first of all we need to make the table visible. So let's say that here we have our class for this table. We just type dot words table dot css, and inside that say visibility is visible. So now the table is visible, and now let's grab it and append, in fact append a row. So we just append and say that tr, we close that row. First we need a header, so we just say th and one more, we got word and we got count. So we have this, and let's see what do we have for now. We can upload the file and you can see that most frequent word and count. But we need to add one more thing before adding the rows. Look, if we upload another one, you see that it will just append another word and count, and that's what we don't need. So before making the table visible, we can make the table empty. So we just add that empty there. Okay, now that should work fine. After that, we're going to add rows. So as I showed you, inside our response we have our word tick. So this is an object here, we have this object here. We need now to iterate over this object. So let's do it. Let's say for a for loop we need, so we say for const key value of object dot increase. This object dot increase is equivalent kind of to this object word tick dot items. So this is the same. We have key and value inside our JavaScript. So we can say here what is our response. So we're going to iterate over our words ticked. So we say response words ticked. And now if I type we need to change this, so we can grab this, paste it here, and that's why I used backtick above. We can use it, key and value, change this to TD, and we're done. Now let's go back and try to upload a file, and you see that we have all our words here in the table. Also now we need to hide this table after I click this remove file. You can see it's still there, and we need to add some styles into our tables. So let's first say that we can copy it here and change it to hidden. Then we can open up style.css. In fact, in previous video we had a typo there. It needs to be changed into style.css. I've written styles.css, so you just remove that S if you haven't noticed. And we can create or we can just change the th style. So let's add some style to th. So padding top, maybe, yeah, padding top 10 pixels, padding bottom 10 pixels, and background color will be a sky blue, and color be white. So it's okay, and we need to add this. Also, we can add some style into our Dropzone. So let's create another class, Dropzone, and type a border dashed important, and border radius will be 10 pixels, maybe 10 pixels, important. And so we can add some hover style. So whenever we hover, we can change the border color. So border color change to blue, and then important. Now we need to add this class here. We have Dropzone and DC now, and yeah, that's all for now. Let's reload the page again, try to upload, and you can see our table is here. You can even make it better. We're done with our table. We can move on to the next step, which is our chart. To do so, we need to add chart.js script here. So let's do this in this way. We're just going to open up docs for chart.js, and we're going to have one bar chart and also one pie chart. So first of all, let's make our main .html prepared for that. We need to add a div here, so we can add a container and call it bar chart container. Copy it below, and here we can say pie chart container, and inside those containers we need canvas tag, so we just say canvas and we call it word chart. Copy and call it maybe pie chart. Okay, we could even call bar chart here, doesn't matter. Let's go inside base.html. We need to add, let's copy it here. We need to add one thing here. We're going to use this link, so we need to add it here to use that chart.js. So everything is fine. We have nothing to do with base.html anymore. We can move on into our main.js. So we can open up in this way. Okay. Here on success, we are going to draw some chart. So let's bring it over, new chart. So this new chart is going to be a bar chart, and after that we will add a pie chart. So let's add it here, a new chart. Now we can use the ID we provided here again. We change it to word chart. The type is bar. We need the data, we need to change it. So let's open curly brace. We need to specify our data. So I just type labels, which will be object dot keys. In fact, so we have keys and values. We're getting the keys as labels, the keys of our response. So response words dict. So these are the keys, and we have data sets, which will be in fact not in this way but this way. We have data, which is in fact we want the values as data, so we can just type values here. Also we need to do this. Okay, now we can also specify some options. So I just type title and it will be display true, and text chart or bar chart. Okay, now let's see what do we have. So if we let's reload it again, and now you can see we have the title there, but this is the legend. In fact, we can display it, disable it, and here we need some colors for these bars. Let's disable that legend, so we can say legend display is false, and we need some colors. We can specify colors here with background color, and we can give it a list, an array, and say blue, red, and other colors. But let's make it a bit better. Let's just say colors. And here we are going to make some random colors. So let me tell you what can we do. So let's just close it for now. If I just type console.log and say math.random and give it, yeah, let's make it string to 16 is okay. And let's just check what do we have now. You can see that we have this random number. We're going to make some CSS style color, so let's just check CSS color. So you can see this is the style. We have a pound and we have some random character there, or some random characters there. So we are going to do the same thing. We can say that if we just add a pound sign here, concatenate it with this random, and we don't want all of this number, we don't want this dot and 0, so we can just get we can say what we can say, we can just get substring of this one, so we can just say dot slice from 2 to 8. So in fact we don't get these. Okay, so let's run it again. Right, upload one. You can see we have this random CSS style color. So let's make 10 of this color, so we can specify colors empty array here, and you can say for var I from 0 to we need only 10, so we can just say that object that keys, and inside that response that dict, response that words dict, and say that length I plus plus. So we're making a for loop. So we say this length is 10. In fact, we have 10 rows here. So if we just upload a file, you can see that we have this number of rows here. We need 10 colors. So let's do the same thing here. We can say colors dot push, this, and remove this, and here we can also remove it. And let's see, what do we have now? If we upload the file, you can see now we have colors, and every time we upload one we have different colors. Okay, now let's make the pie chart again, and then we will remove the chart. So we can only copy and paste it below, and we can only make some changes. So we just need this pie chart, change it to pie. Let the legend be here, and this is pie chart. I think everything should work, so let's see. Okay, now we have the pie chart. We have the legend here, so you can just click it and it's completely interactive. And we are almost done. We just need to think about one more issue, or two more issues, better to say. Whenever we click on this button, you can see that these charts are still there, but it is not the only problem we have right now. If we upload another file, you can see that we have the previous chart there, so there is a problem here. What we can do, we can empty those canvas and make it prepared again for a new chart. So let's do it. What do we need? In fact, we need to come here inside our removed file event and say, here we can say remove previous charts, and here we can say that let's bring the chart here. That is the word chart. Okay. We can just remove this chart. And now what do we need? We need to make this canvas again. So that's why we have this chart containers. So we can use this ID to have this again. So let's do it. We can say that let's grab it, have it here, and type bar chart container .html. What it will be again the same thing. So we have this there again. So this is for the bar chart, and we can do the same thing for pie chart. Let's change it to pie and change this to pie, and yep, we need this thing also. And now let's try. Let's upload one. You see that everything works. Let's upload another, and you see that everything works fine, and whenever we remove the file, everything will be disappear. And that's all. We could create the application. You can even make it better, make some style here, and even you can do lots of more things here on this success or added file. That's just something basic. Thank you all for watching this video. I hope you liked it. It was the first video I've created for this YouTube channel. Thank you all, and I hope see you soon.